Today, this is Need for Speed Shift 2. This game, there's some things to talk about. Honestly, straight away though, I forgot the menu music was super sick. I love this. I have played maybe about 27 hours on the PC version. I actually played with some mods, but yes, this is indeed the Need for Speed game that basically sold the worst ever. Intro though, super cool, like I see what they were going for, and we really need to just dive back into this and see exactly what they were going for and why it ended up being the worst selling Need for Speed. Other than giving me seizures. It's so sick though, like the menu stuff and the music and everything, the elements, the effects they were going for in this, really freaking cool to say the least. Oh, at least this game actually works with the server shut down. You don't have to block a bloody port or something. Right, seizures to be had, career mode.
Want to be a professional driver.
Yeah, Brit. Oh, I forgot about this. This is running at 4K, by the way. Like, I imagine it's still running at, what, like, 1080p, 720p. See, like, part of me is like, I should just skip this, but, like, I want to see everything that's available. I want to remember this game. I want to remember. That took him, like, a minute between the last...
Fear,
oh, the camera!
and a battle with the other drivers.
I should hope so, mate.
I'm Vaughn Gittin Jr., Formula D champion.
Yeah, bruh! Let's go,
There's
America!
this race coming up, and I want you to enter.
All right.
I've borrowed this GTR for you. It's got
Oh.
some serious parts on it.
Cheers, mate.
Before you race, you've got to get some practice.
All right. I'll show you that I'm a pro, mate. I played loads of Need for Speed games. I played Hot Pursuit. I played Most Wanted, Hot Pursuit. Yo, why does the game actually look really good? How do I change the camera? I'm sorry. Okay, here's the third-person view. This is our first drive. I mean, I accidentally changed the camera, so I don't think I'm particularly doing the right thing. Anyway, the thing that threw me off about this game, I think it was slightly improved in this game, is the handling. At least on a controller. And you may realize that's a particular theme that kind of followed this developer. Slightly Mad Studios had some problems, shall we say. I mean, you're trying to shift. Is it got auto on? They had some problems with their games and controllers working from the get-go. You'll notice that the physics actually are literally the same as Project Cars, and that's because they, well, took their workings on this game and carried on. They used their EA-funded engine and built Project Cars. I find that hilarious that it's now come full circle. And
man, one lap down. Keep pushing.
oh, I beat 2 targets. Very cool. EA now again own Slightly Mad Studios. I just find that hilarious. Anyway, this is the most confusing game to ever release a Need for Speed ever. There's so many reasons as to why this is the worst selling game, but the main thing is, what the hell is this, man? What the hell? Come on, power! Power! I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna hit the side. Jesus Christ! I failed. I'm sorry. I failed it. We beat 2. That's
Not so bad for a beginner. Okay.
now imagine you've just finished playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010. You're like, oh my god. You're in either of 2 camps. Oh my god, I'm so happy Need for Speed's back to its roots. Or on the other hand, you're like, God, what have they done to Need for Speed? Either way, it's a fun game, nice arcade action, and that is the focus. Cars, police, and drifting. Basically what Need for Speed all it was at this point. And then
Nice
you
turnout.
come to this
Got
game.
Some Porsches, some Corvettes, a couple of GTRs, some real track day weapons out there. So
Okay.
finish strong, and you'll earn enough to buy your own car.
Hey, yo, I guess some monies? The fact that this had a progression and a campaign, though,
Go get him.
maybe a little bit better, actually, than Hot Pursuit. I said it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Let's give it the beans. Now. Oh, we'll drive, baby. Honestly, though, this really was, like, pretty good in terms of, like, tenseness and, like, how it played. So, from what I remember, the handling was definitely worse.
You need to be aggressive, but you've got to give the other cars some respect.
They've got to give me respect! Oh, and it's got this camera as well. This is the following camera here. This was like the selling point of this game, is that the camera looked into the turns as you got to them, like a real race driver. It kind of just throws me off, to be honest, but it is properly cinematic. Oh, no! Oh! Big up the pace, baby. Big up the pace. We got a GTR ahead of us. We're going to get that first place. Honestly, on a track game, the HUD view just works better. I really, there's only so much I can do on the third-person view. But yeah, as I was saying, the handling is actually not too bad. From what I remember, I was always confused. Was it Shift 1 or Shift 2 that the handling was kind of poopy? It's definitely Shift 1. This one has definitely improved, but it's literally Project Cars. It has this weird wobble that happens that just doesn't happen in a real car. What is going on? Can we go to the finish? Go to the finish. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh man, GDR baby, all-wheel drive, big speed, big power.
Come on, bring it on home.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best,
Nice
mate.
work. You look awesome.
Oh, thank you. Okay, garage time, ladies and gents. We now earned 20k from that race, from borrowing that GTR, and we now need to pick a more sensible car. We've got a Nissan Skyline GTR 34. It's front-wheel drive though. It's very special edition. We've got a Ford Focus ST. Let's go. That's a beautiful machine right there, my boy. And we've got the Honda. We've got a Renault. We've got a good mix of cars, honestly. The car selection for the beginning of a game, already better than Forza, mate.
This is where it all begins. From here, you have the chance to do all kinds of racing.
Oh, really? I can do what I want?
First, you have to make a name for yourself at the grassroots level.
You just gave me a... I'm a randomer. You gave me a GTR.
Or drifting.
There's drifting. I forgot.
Ready for the GT3 or the Works Race Series. If you succeed there, you'll be ready for a seat in the GT1 World Championship.
Okay, Vaughn.
See
It's
these
Vaughn,
cool
right?
posters? They all hold events, and the numbers on each show the driver level you'll need to enter. You're starting
GTI.
at level 1 with entry-level
I
modern
thought it was
V-cars.
GTI, it's
By the
GT1.
time you hit level 16, you'll be a full-on GT1 World
You
Championship
gotta
driver.
have a
I think you've got some
GTI
real
to
talent.
do the best
Let's see how
events.
far you can take it. All right, it's time to pick a race and get out there.
All right, well, I guess I have to do
Let's
this.
get you back on the track. Time to prove those skills, my man.
All right. My man, excuse me? What if I'm a lady? See, this is why we don't have the ladies playing the racing game. Sexism. Right from the get. Unacceptable behavior right here. Let's go for this one.
One more thing before you get started.
One more thing.
We have to talk experience. Everything you do earns
Yeah,
XP.
shut up. Let's get it. We're in my Volkswagen S3. That's right, ladies and gents. It's a Volkswagen, and it looks exactly the same inside
Go, go, go.
as my RS4. that kind of gave me pain a little bit there. All right. Anyway, this thing is it's all right. It's all-wheel drive. We've got an S3 badge. That means it's better than the A3, and I feel very cool driving this car. I don't. Anyway, the screen goes black and white when you crash. That's kind of one of the highlights. It has this weird follow camera, and the physics, honestly, were pretty decent. Like, they are not to do with Need for Speed at all. It's really confused its player base, because Need for Speed, as you know, at this point was literally always over-the-top arcade racing. I know it was more simulation back in the day, but let's be real, back in the day, simulation is not quite simulation in the slightest. Like, yes, you can simulate car physics, like every game bloody does. However, doesn't mean it's a simulator as such, down to a T of today's kind of, whoa, I'm gonna die. I remember Shift coming out because one of my friends that wasn't really into racing games actually picked this game up. And quite a few people that were properly into motorsport were really interested to see how it went. And it just didn't work. But I'm gonna say, honestly, it's not really, I want to say ahead of its time, because Test Drive Unlimited, you know, is ahead of its time. This is not as such, but I think they had the same issue happen again and again. So maybe they were ahead of the time in that. Like, you might remember with Project Cars, the big issue I had with that game, and I was very vocal about it, is that you couldn't play it properly with a controller. They fixed it with the game before, so I don't know how they went backwards on it, because this literally plays just like Project Cars. I don't know what you guys are talking. This is Project Cars 0.1. This is 0.1 Project Cars. This was a time when Need for Speed thought, you know what, maybe we should literally keep doing different things. Like, Need for Speed could be a car brand, and we could do so many things. I'm driving. I have to tell new people that find the channel, like, I could drive with one hand. I have hand that can do this. You see. Very good, very nice. But, like, this was not for me. Granted, I'm kind of combining Shift 1 and Shift 2 as an experience. Like, Shift 2, they probably had to make, because Shift 2 was already in development when Shift 1 came out, and then they saw the sales afterwards, and they're like, let's do it. And then Shift 2, I haven't yet revealed what the sales are. So, as far as we know, this game struggled to crack 1 million copies sold. And that does not surprise me. See, generally how Need for Speed has always worked, and most games always seem to work, is that if a game isn't great before, the one after is affected. So you're saying, well, Hot Pursuit was bad? Well, no, some people might have thought that. But they bought Shift, and they realized it wasn't great, and it wasn't what they wanted for a Need for Speed game. And so they didn't buy Shift 2.
Awesome driving.
Awesome, man.
You just set
Awesome,
your
bro.
first record in Autolog.
Oh, God, not this. Do you think that they thought this would work because of Need for Speed Pro Street? I almost wonder, because that really, like, that was such an interesting game at the time, because I had a lot of people tell me that, you know, they were excited about it, but also at the same time, some people were kind of like, I'm not sure if I like this idea. But in the end, I think we've all now kind of agreed that Pro Street is a really fun game, and it fits into the Need for Speed universe at that time very, very well. In fact, I think it could fit now. But then they saw that and thought, oh yeah, track racing does work. Maybe we can branch out what Need for Speed is supposed to be. Because that's where it got a massive identity crisis. They killed Black Box soon after because they stretched them way too far. And we were supposed to get, by the look of things, someone had to get the blame and Need for Speed kind of messing up, and it was Black Box because they were the original developer. That's, you already know. We've spoken about EA doing things like this a lot of the time, but you get they do it. You can't help but they definitely do it. So in that case, what game actually failed the franchise? Was it Criterion's Hot Pursuit, this, or The Run? I'm really curious as to what you guys think. And Need for Speed World was also developed at the same time as The Run, so technically it's 2 games versus 1 versus what. You get what I'm saying. Of those games, which is your least favorite of this era of Need for Speed? Shift 2, Hot Pursuit, I want to say remastered, Need for Speed The Run and World kind of combined. Which of those games would you veto, get rid of, kick out? Which of these studios would you have binned? Because you know what they did? They binned all of them. That's what they did. They binned all of them, except Criterion's already working on a project, but then they binned them as well. See, but with the binning of all of them, we got Ghost Games. And you know how I feel about Ghost Games. Very good, very nice. They did their best to bring the series back, and honestly, they did a great job. And then they got bit. What the hell, EA? What the hell do you want? Hey, yo, leveled up. Let's go. I got some vinyls. Hell yeah. Congratulations, I unlocked the Hot Lap Gauntlet. Very cool. Thank you very much. Very, very interesting game. Honestly, I don't like it. It's okay. I think I would rather have played Gran Turismo, but I see what they were doing. No game kind of did this story kind of element to things with the racing in at the time, or not many games, should I say. So anyway, let me know what you think of the Shift series, and yeah, I remember modding these a few times, and honestly, they got some good fun mods. But yeah, I think it was pretty bare bones other than that. So if you play it on console, well, bin fodder. Thanks for watching. Smash like, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you next time. Peace.